Alright, hi everybody, this is Jeremy again, gonna do another cast here, and I'm once again gonna choose to use OGS Hero, now known as LiquidHero, as we're gonna do another very large cast here. Now, in this corner we've got a Korean player that I can't pronounce since I don't speak Korean, but if everyone knows, just go ahead and put it in there and I'll surely tag it in the future. But he's going to be the blue Zerg, and then in the southern position we have Hero as the red Protoss, and this game should be interesting. I always like to see some variety in some of these games. Now, we're going to see right away the matchup. Typically for Protoss, you'll see something along the lines of a 3-gate Robo, 3-gate Expand, or sometimes even the Forge First Fast Expand, but that's most likely not going to happen due to the fact that this pylon is so close to the main. Meanwhile, the typical build here is happening. He's going to begin to do he's already done the Extractor trick once. I don't think we'll see that again. However, Hero is going to be the first one to scout right away, deciding to scout after that goes through. Meanwhile, the Overlord's going to find the base as well, so they kind of ran into each other at similar times. Just going to start toying around with the mineral line, start to harvest, and then just before he's about to collect it, he's going to hold off. That way, there will not be as much mining occurring. Now, Hero is going to put down the gateway right away, so we're going to see something along the lines of a more conservative build, nothing too greedy. Meanwhile, ooh, that probe almost got taken out and cornered. Now he is going to go for that gas right before the spawning pool. That surprises me, because it'll be interesting to see what he exactly plans to do with that. You might see something along the line of a fast upgrade, or maybe something as simple as quick roaches. And ooh, he sniped that probe very quickly. Now the Overlord's going to see all of the gateway. Meanwhile, a gas is going down, as well as that second pylon. Going to be very effective. Now, Hero's going to send another probe out there to do some scouting, and we'll see what he exactly picks up. And Overlord's going to hang out here as well to see if anything is coming down the path. The spawning pool is almost complete, and he is going to start sending some workers over here to get some gas from the extractor. I don't know why that slipped my mind. The cybernetics core is coming right away as well, and kind of create this miniature wall off so you can put a zealot or two right there. I'm surprised he isn't building one yet. Now he is going to, of course, build that second assimilator. So very standard build so far. Meanwhile, Queen on the way, as well as that quick metabolic boost, which is the Zergling speed. That will allow him to be very aggressive with some early Zerglings. Now, you'll also expect to see an expansion coming soon from the Zerg, but he's actually going to poke around with some more of these Zerglings. Now, the interesting thing is that the Zealot hasn't been warped into the base just yet. So these Zerglings could get in there and do some serious damage if Hero allows him to. Now that second expansion is coming with that early Zergling pressure, as I anticipated. Hero is gonna go ahead and chrono boost the warp gate, which is also a good idea. But this Zealot is now here and can hold back these Zerglings, and hopefully, Hero did not put him on hold position. He caught him right there. Didn't want to let that go. Now we are seeing another Queen being produced for that second expansion. Zergling speed is almost created. He did manage to sacrifice one Zergling for the army over there, and another sentry has come out, so a force field can be enacted to prevent a bit of overpressure, or making up words, a little bit of extra pressure. Now, he can decide to push out at this point if he decides to do something. Okay, he is going to put down that pylon, so he may be anticipating that he should make another expansion, and he's, ooh, that Zergling did not die. How long is he going to keep it alive? Will he be able to micro it to safety? And it seems that he will not. Ooh, more Zerglings coming in down. Now, can these sentries kind of keep him at bay? That Zergling is toast. Oh, Zergling guts all over. Now, meanwhile, our Korean friend, the Zerg, is going to continue to kind of macro up and create more drones, as well as some Overlords, just to get that economy soundly running. He's actually going to go for attack level 1 after making a quick Evo chamber. I'm surprised I didn't pick that up. Now, the expansion has gone down, and the Zerglings are going to do some harassment on it. There's an Overlord in the middle, and it's probably going to get taken down by those sentries. But the Zealot's going to kind of scare off those Zerglings. But the Zerglings have done the damage they needed to. Now, a Stargate's going down, so we're going to see some of that quick Void Ray play. Something that I like to see a little bit kind of reminiscent to the Bisu build that you see in the Brood War scene, even though it's not as popular as StarCraft 2 at the moment, at least in the foreign scene. But Here comes a couple more gateways with this expansion. These Zerglings are going to try and get around, see if they can do anything. They're just basically scouting at this point, keeping him back, just getting as much information as he can. With the gateways now coming by with the warp tech and the Stargate coming down, I don't believe he has seen the warp gate at all, in which he has not. So it will be interesting to see what is to come out of all this. Now these 5 sentries are going to poke around a little bit, see where those Zerglings are, but our Korean friend will keep them out of sight for the time being. Now he is going to go up to lair, so we'll be able to see some more Zerglings coming out as well as some upgrades. He's going to pop down a couple spine crawlers right outside of his expansion to make sure any aggression that's coming can be warded off. It'll be interesting to see where he will go to from here with his tech. He is going to build 2 more extractors, and he's amassing some more Zerglings, so that's also interesting to note. Another assimilator coming down as he's expanding his base. Now he is going to start by building a Phoenix after that Void Ray. So you will see that support Phoenix to work with the Void Ray as he pokes around. Now a 3rd expansion will be going down to the gold once these Zerglings destroy the rocks. But in the meantime, another Overlord is in there. It sees the Void Ray, and Hero's just going to take it down after it gets fully charged. There's a Phoenix out there to start poking away at some of these Overlords. Overlord hunting, always a fun thing to do and can be a great passive harassment against Zerg. Now these 2 queens are kind of meandering up here. He should send one down to the creep since that's been established. Instead, he's going to send all 3. Especially with this expansion coming up shortly. Now there is a Phoenix up here. There is no high expansion, so he's going to check for the gold. Either that or he already assumes it's there. And these queens are going to poke away at that Phoenix. It's not going to live very long, but he wants to keep it here to see if there is any expansion about to go down. The 3 queens are defending it for that Void Ray that may come up, and this creep highway is about to be spread even further. He's going to go ahead and get the glands and the attack level 2. Meanwhile, a robotics facility being put in by Hero. So he's switching to something a bit different, as well as another warp gate. So we'll see what he's planning on doing with the different units in his base. Still nothing being produced from the robo. We'll probably see a... Okay, so he's going to go ahead and destroy that. Meanwhile, there's an attack going down here with the Void Rays. He's going to pick up the queens. However, he may lose one of these Phoenix, and... No, he does not just... Yeah, there he goes. Now, the Void Ray is going to do some more damage against the queens. However, our Korean friend does have... I do not know what his name is, but he does now have Hydralisks, so they will be great against the Void Rays, hence him switching to his robotics facility, which he is actually going to, of course, start with that observer and build a robotics base. So we're going to see a tech switch over to Colossi. Now, he is going to get the spines upgrade for some of his units as well. That should also allow them to move a bit faster. Now, he barely microed that Void Ray away with its life, and he's being very aggressive with it. Spots the expansion, is going to charge up his lasers. However, the Hydras are on their way and will be able to probably take down that Void Ray. However, these Phoenix do pick those Hydralisks up and make short work of them. If they're lifted up, there is very little that they can do. And there they go. One Phoenix is very low on health. However, they cannot shoot down, so they will not be able to take that unit out. Now, this is probably going to lead to a quick expansion after putting up a pylon up there. He should pay attention to those rocks to see if Zerg decides to beat him. Meanwhile, his Phoenix are going to come in and start the Overlord hunting. These spine crawlers cannot hit the air unit, but a fungal growth going down from the quick infestors that have come down. Didn't notice that earlier, but 2 more hatcheries are now being built. He's got 1 that's spawning in there. Meanwhile,